Welcome back to the Benefits Blueprint with Joe Courcy, Group Benefits Expert from CH Insurance. Hey there, Joe.
Hey, Angela, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. And it's that time. It's that time of the year. That's why we're spending every Tuesday with you, as a small to medium-sized business owner, as you're reviewing and your team is reviewing the best benefit plan for your team. What are the pieces of that blueprint? What does that blueprint look like? What can it look like? And this year, Joe's shared with you that rates are changing, and in some cases, for the first time, for the better, with more options for employers. So, Joe, today we're going to talk about what are the reasons a business would go through the change of changing their benefits plan and evaluating where they're at. So talk about what should they be looking at and what are the reasons they would make a change in the first place.
Yeah, thanks, Angela, for having me. I think everybody says, oh, the change is always, most of the time you make a change because of financial reasons. That is the biggest challenge that people are having is that when rates are going up, it's just outpacing, everything. And so, people are seeing 15, 16, 17% rate increases, in some areas, 20% rate increases. Um, you know, that's the time to evaluate because it's not only the employer that's picking up some of that, also your employees are facing that challenge as well. So as rates go up, 20% or even 16%, if you're splitting the contribution with your employee seeing an 8% rate increase, that hurts. Maybe even if a company can say, hey, listen, we can afford to pay our 8%. Can your employees afford to pay the 8%? And that's the challenge.
Right.
Also, we're getting into the point where rates are going up. Now deductibles are going up. Can people even afford to pay their deductibles? So, by evaluating the different carriers out there, it makes you realize is there something else out there with maybe a lower deductible, maybe a lower premium that's going to help your employees out?
And it'll still match their medications, whatever it is that they need, et cetera. And we touched on that a little bit last week, Joe. You walk them through that and hold their hand really in terms of identifying, looking for the green lights, the red lights. No, we can't go that route because of X, Y, or Z. Yes, this looks good. Let's move this way. And then helping them implement that program with their employees so their employees are clear and understand the transition.
Absolutely. I mean, whenever there's a transition, there's always, worrying, and there's always like,
Yeah,
is this in there? Is that?
trepidation about, the unknown, sure.
Absolutely. And that's what we try to help with. Whether it's evaluate your prescription drugs, whether it's evaluate your doctors, whether it's evaluate, anything like that. We want to be on your side. We want to work with your employees, and we want to make sure that you're not hurting them. This is people's, this is really coming to, this is personal. Health insurance is not as much as it is a business, it's a very personal thing because people don't want to have to move their doctors. People don't want to have to change their prescription drugs. In this day and age, it's now becoming such a, big business that, you got to make sure that you're doing the right thing for your employees and you're still cost conscious as well.
And if you play it right and you have the right people in your corner, like you, Joe, and your team at CH Insurance, if you play it right, it can be a real talent attraction to your company. They've got great benefits. They work really well with us and it's easy and so on and so forth. Yes?
Absolutely. I mean, there's some companies that we've gone in, we evaluated, we made some changes, and we've actually increased their benefits and, with a lower premium. And so the employees are like, wow, I'm getting more for less. And, again, you just got to keep an open mind this year when you're evaluating your benefits, what's the best options for my company and my employees?
So I've got both Joe's phone number and I've put his email up there as well. You can reach out to him and schedule a time. And you're in that process right now, Joe, right? Where you're going out, you're evaluating not only current clients, but having those starter conversations with folks of what a transition could look like and how to save them money.
Absolutely. Now's the time to evaluate and check it out.
All right, we'll see you next week. And as always, Joe Courcy and the benefits team at CH is in your corner.
Thanks.